The world 100 years ago was a drastically different place from what we know today. What life was like, the technology, and the political and social context of an era full of changes. Starting with politics and economics, 1925 was an interwar period. The First World War had just ended in 1918, and the Treaty of Versailles was still causing tensions, especially in Europe. Germany was facing severe economic crises, with hyperinflation ravaging the country. Meanwhile, the United States was experiencing the height of the Roaring Twenties, a decade of economic prosperity and significant cultural changes. Prohibition was in force, banning the sale of alcoholic beverages, which gave rise to bootlegging and strengthened the mafia. Technology and means of transportation were advancing rapidly. The automobile was becoming popular, and names like Henry Ford were revolutionizing industrial production with the assembly line. In 1925, the Zeppelin, a giant airship, represented the ultimate in air transportation. Radio, meanwhile, was becoming one of the main sources of entertainment and information, connecting people like never before. It was a time of transition in which electricity had not yet reached many homes, but was already beginning to transform life in the big cities. In culture, the world was buzzing with new trends. Jazz dominated the dance halls, and artists such as Louis Armstrong were gaining prominence. In cinemas, silent films were the main form of entertainment, with stars like Charlie Chaplin delighting audiences. It was a golden age for literature too, with writers like Francis Scott Key Fitzgerald, author of The Great Gatsby, capturing the spirit of a generation seeking new ways of living and expressing themselves. Socially, life was marked by great inequalities. In many countries, women were still denied the vote, although suffragette movements had already won important victories, such as in the United States and the United Kingdom. Medicine was making significant strides, but diseases such as tuberculosis and polio were still a major concern. In education, fewer people had access to school compared to today, and many children worked in factories to help their families. In 1925, the world was undergoing changes. Science was beginning to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Albert Einstein had already revolutionized physics with his theory of relativity, and humanity was dreaming big, even though it faced gigantic challenges. It's fascinating to think how this reality of 100 years ago has shaped the modern world.